Hi there, this is Tatel with Rangers of Wrestling, bringing your Monday Night Raw review. Alright, so tonight's Monday Night Raw was the final Raw in the Thunderdome, and it started off with Xavier Woods versus Bobby Lashley. Of course, the New Day once again rocking their Power Rangers attire. Yes, I know I'm always going to mention that because this is Rangers of Wrestling, and I will mark out whenever I see a wrestler wearing just as a Power Ranger. All right, as always, you guys, we do play bingo on this channel. Keep an eye out for those things and let me know if you do get it so that I can give you a shout out as the inaugural winner, CR21, is on there. Ooh, okay, let me drop the link down for anybody who wants to join. Actually, we do have someone that wants to join. CR21 says bingo. Yeah. All right. So as I was saying, Monday Night Raw started off with Xavier Woods versus Bobby Lashley. I thought this was a good match. Get it right. First winner, bingo. I did say first winner. I said inaugural, which means first. Okay. I thought this was a good match. Of course, Xavier Woods ended up winning. But this is 50-50 booking on WWE's part. So this tells me that at Money in the Bank, Kofi Kingston is gonna get destroyed by Bobby Lashley. But then again, going into Money in the Bank, Bobby Lashley doesn't look strong at the end of this match. He doesn't. So I don't know. After this, we had a Jinder Mahal segment. He came out to the ring and said that he was tired of McIntyre taking opportunities from him and wants McIntyre to apologize to him. And then McIntyre comes out on the Titantron. She saw the almighty CR21 says, solid opening match, surprise for the finish, huge W for Xavier Woods, but he ain't losing back to back, no chance. Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. 50-50 booking on WWE's part. So then, like I was saying, McIntyre says the sword is a replica. And McIntyre proceeds to destroy Jinder Mahar's motorcycle. I don't know about y'all, but if somebody destroyed my motorcycle, I'd be pissed. I'd be effing pissed because it's like you work really hard to get something, and for what? For someone to destroy it? Michael 101 said it was an okay match, and Jamel McGee said Bobby had a temper tantrum. I didn't see the entire ending segment because I was setting up my stream, but when I get to that, if somebody can fill me in, that would be nice. Please. All right. So then after that, we had a fatal four-way match, women's match, I should say. It was Nikki Ash. I was saying Nikki Ash. The modern day Maharaja is back to reclaim his WWE title, the Evolution. Yes, CR was lucky tonight. He was spoiled tonight with the multiple appearances of Evolution. So let's say back the fatal four-way match. It was Nikki Ash versus Asuka versus Naomi versus Alexa Bliss. I think this was an okay match for what we got. Of Eva Marie and Doudrop did come out. Boring women's fatal four-way pointless match that turned into a triple threat. Um, so one of the segments that I did like though was when Eva Marie took off her shoe. Dr. Heels go when she took off her shoe to throw it at Alexa. I thought that was pretty funny, honestly. But aside from that, let's see. Yeah, Steve Callahan says pointless match that turned into a triple threat. Michael 10159 says boring women's match. CR21, of course, says I love your heels. Good work rate, pal. And Steve Callahan says, of course, CR. Mom McGee says no. Oh my god. And Nikki Ash ended up picking up the win. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually kind of liking Nikki Ash's gimmick as her superhero. What do you guys? Do you guys like that gimmick or not? I personally, like I said, she won me over with it. Then we moved into Alexa Bliss disappeared during the match. Bummer. I thought she was going to destroy the Thunderdome. She didn't. So, AJ Styles versus Ivar. The Alexa's Playground segment was with Eva and Doudrop was so awful and cringe. Yeah, that's why I didn't take notes on it. Actually, my notes are pretty short today. Look at this. Look, these are my notes for today's show. And I just took really small amount of notes. I wasn't. Let me see. The Alexis Playground. Oh, I read that. Or hi, I hate Nikki's new gimmick. It's an embarrassment. It's Nikki Ash, or just say she got better work right now. It's Nikki Ash, which stands for almost a superhero. Almost a superhero would make a great TV show. Yeah, it would, Jamal. All right. So AJ Styles versus Ivar. I think this was a really good match. I liked how Ivar was flying over AJ Styles. Wow, the disrespect for Eva Marie, I don't approve. Oh yeah, you guys should know by now not to disrespect Eva Marie when 021 is in the chat. I mean, he's a huge Eva mark. He's not gonna allow that fight. You're lucky he's not a mod, because then he probably would have put all you guys in timeout. For Big Eye, Ivar sure knows how to move. Eva Marie. Oh my god! Now it's just now they're just picking on you, CR. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my god! Michael, no, I'm not gonna say that. Nikki Ash should be her new name. I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to get canceled. It was a good match. Ivar almost crushed AJ at the end before he got the pin. The Almighty for mod when fans return? Maybe. We'll see, CR. We'll see. I don't want to have too many mods. And then Ivar ended up picking up the victory. Almost it's a cyborg. Seems like you don't feel pain. I'll get into that. So this match led into Omos versus Erik. Oh, hold on, you guys. And I'm joined by never mind. He disappeared. Never mind. He left really quickly. So I got into the next match. So Omos versus Erik. This match did a good job at establishing Erik as a total monster. Oh, never mind. Oh, he left again. Never mind. I can't invite my special guest if he keeps popping in and out. You guys will see who my special guest is. I think you guys know him already. Erik tried to take down Omos. He just couldn't. He could not succeed in taking down Omos. Omos is swatting him around. Nope, still not. He still pops in back in. I'm gonna get through this review by the time he finally pops in. Take a guess as to who's popping in. See, wonder who it is. You guys probably already know this person. Like I was saying, Erik tried to take down Omos, but he couldn't. Could not succeed. Omos kept stopping him every single time. No, it's not 021. One thing that I did notice is that Omos, he got the pin regularly. Normally he puts his foot on top of his opponent to get the pin, but not this time. It's not Swerve Show. You know Swerve Show is on hiatus. More on that later. And of course, Omos was victorious. And now their match has been moved to Money in the Bank, which I guess isn't so surprising, because with the I Quit match no longer taking place at Money in the Bank, they needed a match to fill that spot. So it's probably why the tag team title match got moved to Money in the Bank. Did not like it. Did not like what? Okay, finally he's here. You guys, my very special guest. You guys know him already. He's the biggest AEW mark that I know. Unfortunately, we're not talking about AEW. Always his opinion would be highly appreciated. He's the one and only Brett J. Rasmussen. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted, Brett. You're muted. You're muted. You guys spam one if you guys can hear. You guys spam muted to let Brett know he's muted. He's muted and he's totally ignoring me. So can you guys spam muted to let Brett know he's muted? Is that the man shirt? You're muted. You're muted. Oh, never mind. Brett pulled a swerve. Yes, he did. Yes, indeed he did. He's muted. We can't hear you. And can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Hey, there we go. Ha-ha! I'm good at this. I'm really good at this.
You should have checked your mic settings before coming on.
Well, shut up. I was like trying to get in. But
Excuse
anyway,
me, did you just tell me to shut up on my own channel? Excuse
no.
me? Excuse me, do I need to kick you off?
No.
Okay, don't ever tell me to shut up on my own.
I was telling myself to shut up. I mean, yeah, I'm good at this.
You better. Don't you dare tell me to shut up on my own channel.
No. AEW. No, I'm kidding.
Talk about this is Monday Night Raw. Talk about AEW. You're also getting kicked out. We got to stay on track, okay? Swerve Show is in here, so we can't swerve off topic.
But no. So yeah, this Raw was a show. It was a show.
21 one strike. Yes, and 3 strikes, and you're out. The all ball.
Whatever, dude.
However that goes. I don't know.
I don't even know what I did, but okay. No, this show was very much an okay show. It was boring. Like, again, I'd rather have boring than absolutely damaging and maddening like it was last week. Last week sucked. Absolutely trash. And I'm glad that some things changed. I will say, like, at first with the first match between Xavier Woods and Lashley, at first I didn't agree with it.
Excuse me, they're rocking. You forgot to mention that they're rocking their Power Rangers attire. Like
I know.
Okay, this is Rangers of Wrestling.
I know.
You gotta mention that.
Okay. Kofi, Green Ranger power, and Xavier Woods, Red Ranger power.
There is no Green Ranger power. The Power Rangers lost the. Never mind. We're not gonna get into Power Rangers right now. Go ahead.
But anyway, I wasn't a fan of Xavier Woods, doing the small package on Bobby Lashley. I'm still not a fan of your champion getting pinned. But
it's 50-50. It's 50-50 booking.
Yeah, but like I will say, like, I was mad at it, but then at the main event promo between at the the VIP lounge, that definitely was a decent payoff. So then I'm like, okay. So I'm not too mad. It's still stupid. Still stupid that you got your champion pinned, but yeah. And then what is it? You had the Alexa Bliss segment after.
Don't diss it. CR21 is in the chat. He's gonna come after you.
I don't give a crap what he says. That thing was trash. Like, mind you, I will say, well, one, I'm really like tired of like Dewdrop, the whole like is she a Pokemon? Because apparently that's what they were doing. And it's like Dewdrop. I'm like, oh god. I like, as long as the payoff is that Dewdrop gets complete revenge on Eva Marie, I'm happy. But it's still annoying because she's like pissed at Eva because she keeps calling her Dewdrop, and she's not Piper Niven, and all the stuff.
They're probably waiting until the fans come back for their turn to happen.
That's fine, and I can't wait for her to beat the tar out of Eva and all of that. But
don't talk bad about Eva. Well, see us in the chat.
Whatever. Eva Marie is trash. I'd rather Alexa Bliss can wrestle. I don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry. Like, here's the thing. When Eva Marie first debuted with Piper Niven, mind you, it was maddening that the commentary didn't know who she was because she was on NXT UK. But anyway.
Who watches NXT UK?
Apparently me. No, I barely watch NXT UK. Like, no one does, sadly. But regardless, at first, I was nah, dude. It's opposite day. Whatever, dude. You can go ahead and think that. Whatever, dude. You freaking Mark. All right. So
hey, it takes a mark to know a mark, Brett. You should know. Biggest mark of all time.
I watch a main event is all good. Dude, main event means nothing.
Look, at least someone agrees with you.
Well, yeah. So here's the thing with with Eva Marie. Like, when she debuted and came out with Piper Niven.
Wait, can you guys hear my fan?
No, you're good. I can. You're good. So at first, I was actually a fan of that, like, Eva Marie is being this heel. Although, like, I liked it how, like, Piper Niven was like, wait, what is happening? But I liked it if Piper Niven was like the kind of naive, like, oh yeah, Eva Marie, the legend. Like, that's kind of what I thought that her debut was. But then on week 2, literally, they didn't have a good 3-week push for that whole story. And that was when she was named Dewdrop. And, Piper Niven is just kind of like rolling her eyes and stuff. I will say I did enjoy that Alexa was like invited Dewdrop. She invited Piper Niven, and that Eva Marie was like, "This, you're just here because I wanted Piper Niven. I wanted Dewdrop. You're special." So I will say I do like that, but I don't understand Alexa's. Is she a face? Is she a heel? It doesn't make any sense. That's what's frustrating.
Does anything in WWE ever make sense?
No, because it's WWE and it's freaking Raw. Like,
all right. So then after that, we had. Well, I already talked about this: the AJ Styles versus Ivar.
Oh,
like I said, wait,
so...
hold on. I said that I like this match, and I like that Ivar was flying around AJ Styles, especially for a guy his size. But your take.
So, let me, I believe, if I got this right, correct me if I'm wrong, because then it was a one-on-one for each person.
Yeah.
So, you had Omos go over Erik or Ivar, one of the Viking Raiders. Yeah.
Erik. And then you had Ivar defeat AJ Styles.
Duh, because of course you do. Of course you do. You have the bigger guy beat down the smaller, bigger guy, and win, even though he has only wrestled, what is it, 1 or 2 tag matches? And that's it? Like, you already have Omos over. It should be the reverse. It should be that AJ is the one who beats Ivar because he's the more veteran wrestler. He's the phenomenal one.
But they're trying to build Omos as a monster, and what better way to do that? You can't have him get pinned so quickly if you're trying to build him up as a monster.
Mind you, one, they don't have a roster full enough to be able to just do it, and 2, don't do the match. Like, I'd rather see Omos squash Drew Gulak, or literally name a jobber. I'd rather see, like, have these 4 guys fight other guys. Like, I would love to see, let's have Damian Priest versus one of the Viking Raiders.
We'll get to Damian Priest right now.
But yeah, so, and then I don't agree with it was such 50-50 booking, and it doesn't get anyone over. It doesn't get Omos over. It doesn't get your champions over, and it doesn't get your challengers over. Because you just 50-50 booked them.
All right, so let's move on. So then after that, we were supposed to have a U.S. title match between Sheamus and Humberto Carrillo. Before the match, Sheamus did beat down Humberto Carrillo backstage. Humberto Carrillo did agree to still do the match, even though they were trying to talk him out of it. He did speak Spanish. He said as long as he had feet, he could stand. Mm-hmm. So the match went on. This was basically a squash match. I think this was WWE's way of punishing Humberto Carrillo because he legitimately did break Sheamus's nose. And at the end of the match, Damian Priest did come out. So that probably means you're going to get a Damian Priest versus Sheamus rivalry next.
I can't wait to see Damian Priest rip that belt off of Sheamus. But again, Humberto Carrillo continues to be the interim jobber. You're just here until we find the better guy to fight Sheamus or whoever. It's dumb. I don't think it is punishment. I honestly think I just think that they didn't know what to do, and they I don't know. I maybe it was punishment, maybe it was, I don't know. They've never been high on Humberto ever since Paul Heyman was kicked off of creative. So I don't know. It was
After this, we had the Falls Count Anywhere match between John Morrison and Ricochet. I have to say, I actually really enjoyed this match.
This was good.
Of course, before the match started, Morrison and Miz did splash Ricochet and Matt Riddle with the
Matt Riddle is hands down probably the best thing on Raw. And like he showed up, like what is it? He talked to Nikki Ash before her match. Side note, I didn't talk about Nikki Ash. I love Nikki Ash. I love her character, and I think that she is. I can't wait for crowds next week on Raw or at Money in the Bank. I'm sorry, because she's in the ladder match. I can't wait for crowds to cheer her, and I think she's doing a great job. And like, this is her character. She wanted to do this, and Big Damo, Killian Dane had an interview with Adam Blobier from Wrestle Talk, and he was talking about how like the reason why she chose this character is because like she wants to inspire little girls. Like that's the whole reason we got into wrestling. I got into wrestling when I was a kid.
And I got into wrestling as a kid too.
Yeah, so like I love the Hurricane. The Hurricane was one of my favorite wrestlers.
I like the Hurricane, but he wasn't one of my favorites.
Oh, I love the Hurricane. So like Mighty Molly, like she was fantastic. Like I love this character. Yes, it is a bit cringy.
Did you like Rosie too?
I barely remember Rosie, but I like Hurricane Helm, like the Hurricane. Shane Helms he was my guy. I loved him. And like I very much am looking forward to seeing how her character is going to progress. But God, like when she gets on camera, I'm just like, oh, you're so adorable. Oh, Nikki Cross. I just get a big old smile on it. Yes. Is it like I'm a 30-year-old dude? Like it's not my thing, but I'm just like,
you're 30? Oh. I thought you were 32.
No, I'm 30.
Oh, that's right. You're only 2 years. Oh yeah. Never mind. Let's not talk about ages. Anywho, going back to the Falls Count Anywhere match. I absolutely love this match. This was hands down for me the match of the night when it came to Monday Night Raw. One of my favorite parts was when Matt Riddle came out. I thought he was gonna kidnap. I thought he was gonna kidnap the Miz. Instead, he put Miz down.
He just flipped him over like a turtle. I was like, all right, you go here now. He's like, no. I loved it. I loved it when before the match he talked to Ricochet and he was talking about I can't wait to go to Texas and have a spaghetti taco, and like him being Matt Riddle, it's the best. Like he knows his character, he knows who he is. His comedy is great. Matt Riddle is the star of Raw. Like whenever Matt Riddle shows up on my TV, I'm excited and I'm like, oh, this is great. I love you, Matt. Like he is the only for a while now he's been the shining star on.
I think you say he was the shining star of the Caribbean because that was the wrong gimmick.
No, please, dear God, no. But like, I love him. And
but I'm gonna swerve off topic for a little bit. I know Swerve's not here and he's not in the chat, but I'm gonna swerve off for a little bit.
Okay.
Anybody remember the Shining Stars of the Caribbean? That's where I got it from. Okay, let's go. Let's get back onto topic.
But no, like Matt Riddle's great. I'm so glad that baby faces have friends, and that's what I like. I'm so glad that baby faces have friends. Like, I'm so happy about that. So, yeah, like that.
So, what do you think of this match, though?
The match was great. The match was really good. You put Ricochet and John Morrison are fantastic. They're fantastic wrestlers. He had a Falls Count Anywhere. Like, and honestly, they worked me. I will say at the end, I just like, oh great, here we go, small package. John Morrison, 1, 2, 3, and Ricochet kept kicking out. I'm like, oh okay, all right, here we go. Come on, like I'm waiting for the normal WWE. Oh yeah, but I'm really happy. Like Ricochet went over, and I'm like, yes, that's the correct decision.
Were you disappointed, or you guys in the chat, were you guys disappointed that this match really kind of didn't go anywhere outside of, like, I mean, I know it kind of just went around and to the back and then back. Like, I mean, because I know in the past Falls Count Anywhere matches have gone through everywhere.
Well, I think the best one that we saw during the Thunderdome era is Sheamus versus Drew. Drew
Yeah,
McIntyre.
that was a really good match.
amazing. That's one of the best matches I've seen from WWE. I really wish, because this was the last episode in the Thunderdome, I would have loved to see like that kind of similar thing, but it only went onto the ramp, into Gorilla, and then back, which is fine. Like it's not bad. I would have liked to see
Steve
more.
said match was all right, but could have been better.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like it was like for a Raw match, for a
Raw match, this
main
was
roster, this was definitely
this was
great.
good. But match of the night.
But
They
again,
should have switched. They should have had the Rhea Ripley and Natalya match first.
Yeah.
That should have opened.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is how it should have done. Rhea Ripley versus Natalya should have opened the show, and then the second to final match should have been Woods versus Lashley.
No, because of the way the storyline that they were telling throughout the show makes sense. That's your open. That's your open, and that's actually a good open. I was like, wow, really? I thought this was going to be the main event.
It's a good match.
This is
all right,
open.
So yeah, you're probably right. So they should have switched it. Rhea Ripley versus Natalya should have gone first, then the Falls Count Anywhere match.
All you would have to do is switch. You put the Falls Count Anywhere match before the main event, which was the VIP lounge.
Yeah.
And then you put the Rhea match kind of where that was. Yeah. I would have done that.
Because the pacing of the show after that kind of like fell down after you know?
It was, again, as I said, this was just a show. And I'd rather take a show than what we've had for most of this year. Like, weirdly, like last week was absolutely terrible. The week before that was actually good. The week before that was, again, another good episode. So I was surprised. I'm like, oh my God, look at these 2 episodes where they were doing qualifiers for the Money in the Bank and everything. And then last week was repetitive bullcrap. So,
Yeah, I'm just trying to comment in the chat. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're good.
All right. Heyman and Bischoff shows she's not the best minds of wrestling. You can put can't say it. Yeah, that's very true. Very true, pro wrestling fan.
What?
He said Heyman and Bischoff shows you are not even the best minds of wrestling. He put in charge. Can't save dirty as long as Vince is still in charge.
Well, yeah, like because like
no, as long as Vince McMahon lets go of some of that power, but. You know what's surprisingly though? It's like how this goes back. This reminds me of 2016, of how different Raw and SmackDown are when they're under the same company. Well, same thing with NXT.
Well, NXT is very different to the main roster, and we could just talk about that. But let's talk about Raw versus SmackDown. The thing is that SmackDown is also just as bad as Raw. If you take away the Bloodline story with Roman Reigns and the Usos and everything about that, if you take that away, SmackDown is just different Raw. You have repetitive matches like Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin, which is frustrating because Baron Corbin should be the face, not the heel. And Shinsuke Nakamura's the face, but he's the
oh my God!
heel.
Hold on. Did you hear that it's in talks with the network to fix their ratings? When I read it, I read that too, and yeah, it is funny because it's like the problem is creative. The problem is Vince McMahon, not the wrestlers themselves.
Well, the whole I think that was because the ratings from last week were the lowest in all of history for Raw, and I believe that like USA, because she was going to be in talks with someone from one of the networks, and everyone's going, oh, it's most likely USA. That's not confirmed. We don't know, but she's going to talk there, and maybe they're setting up for Raw next week. Like again, I think all of us are like, oh, we can't wait until fans show up, but like. It's always with WWE. It's always, oh, we can't wait until the draft. Oh, we got to wait until Mania. Oh, we got to wait for a wild card or so on and so on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we don't really have to talk about Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. Rhea Ripley won. Big deal. Charlotte attacked her. What about the ending? What about the ending segment?
So first about the match. The match was actually okay. Like again, like Rhea and Natalya are good wrestlers. It's just Rhea apparently has good and bad chemistry with specific wrestlers. Like Rhea versus Asuka, I don't know what is up because both of them are really good wrestlers, but just the chemistry between them and just isn't there. The match itself between Natalya and Rhea was fine. I'm so glad that it wasn't against Charlotte because last week it got Duel of the Fates with freaking crutches.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
been more mad in my life. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
But we got a match. I don't understand the promo they had before it, where again it's going to be Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus them again, the tag team Natalya and Tamina, because they literally have no one else. But the finish is whatever. Like the finish is fine. Rhea is supposed to be the winner because the tag belts are jokes. No one cares about the women tag belts. Like WWE doesn't. And if WWE doesn't care about those belts, we don't give a crap about those belts.
Hold on. Just continue.
Yeah, so that's fine. So yeah, those Rhea. Then so at the end, Charlotte comes out and attacks Rhea, and then pretty much like does like a figure four leg lock over the ropes on Rhea. Pretty much the whole point is to damage Rhea before their match on Sunday, and I don't care. I don't care. Rhea's character I don't know who you are. I like you're kind of just the troll face. I'm like meme because I know like Sean Rossap has like said that she's kind of like the troll face, and it's just her whole thing is that like she's just there like I'm the Raw. Like what are you, a heel? Are you a face? Like, I don't get it because you do heel tactics, but you're the face. Charlotte cannot be the face because she doesn't work as a face, and she should be the heel, but it just seems like that we have Charlotte versus Rhea is just two heels going at it, and it's much harder to book heel versus heel going at it with each other. Even like face versus face is hard to book, but it can work. Like, for instance, one of my favorite face versus face matches is from SummerSlam, I think 2015, 2016. One of those two when it was John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. That was a fantastic face versus face match. But I don't care. I don't care about Rhea. I don't care about Charlotte. I just don't care about Rhea and Charlotte, and it's just it's tiring, and it's with how the booking of Raw, like this was a better Raw because we got some different matches. We got to see, yes, we got to see Bobby Lashley versus Xavier Woods, but that was more for storyline. We got a fatal four-way between all the members that are all the women that are in the ladder match, and I'm like Nikki Ash got the win. But I'm just like, why are you giving me, why are you putting your challenger, why are you putting your four women who are in the ladder match just continuously, first we're going to have them do an 8-man tag, then we're going to have them fight each other. I'm just like, you don't need to do that. And Nikki Ash going over, it's fine. It's fine. I just... it's frustrating. That's why, like, with like again, it's not really like Vince McMahon isn't really a booker anymore. He's very much kind of setting up things. Like next week on Raw is going to probably be good because we're going to get some surprises. We're going to get something. It's the first Raw after Money in the Bank. It's the first Raw with crowds, which that should be fun. But this honeymoon phase, once crowds are back, I think it's going to be really short. It is not going to last long. And then they're going to go back to the same boring 50-50 repetitive booking that they've been doing forever. And it's tiring. I'm glad that this episode of Raw was fine. Like it was fine. It was passable. It did what it needed to do. It was fine, but man, I don't know how I feel with Raw and everything about it. I can't wait for the crowd to be there And I think that like I don't like the whole Thunderdome. Yeah, the Thunderdome, like yay, boo, yay, boo, like. And like WWE, the thing is, like WWE had their baby. Oh, they can control the crowd. They can control about what we say and what we say. Like, you have to boo this person, you have to cheer this person. It's ridiculous. Let us go ahead and organically cheer for who we want. And I like the thing is with when crowds come back, the people that I see cheering are going to be like Nikki Ash, Matt Riddle, the Money in the Bank is going to be. I'm actually really excited for Money in the Bank with, especially the men ladder match. Everyone in there. It's hard for me to pick who should be the one to get the briefcase. It is not as obvious as it has been in the past. And then even the women's one, it's fine. Now so with the women's ladder match for Money in the Bank, I don't understand on SmackDown. Like on SmackDown, I understand the whole story has been that on SmackDown we're gonna announce Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega's back. Mind you, they should have gave some kind of reason, any kind of reason why she's back, because they just were like, oh, here's Zelina Vega. Oh, hey, you've been gone. It's like, no, like, hey guys, you know that she got released and she like said some things about unions and really talking crap about WWE, like it was bad. She wants her Twitch channel back, like all that kind of stuff. You don't have to bring up all that. You don't make a kayfabe reason, like, you know, oh, she got injured, or oh, she took vacation or whatever. Make up a reason. I don't care. You can make this stuff up. Like, you booked the whole thing. So Zelina Vega gets put into the ladder match. Fine. The whole story is that they want Liv to like be like, oh, why aren't you haven't chosen me? But then because Bayley got injured, and look, it was a freak accident, and I do not blame WWE at all for her injury. Yeah, Vince McMahon told all the wrestlers for a mandatory training session. Good. That's a good thing, because they're going on the road. They're gonna that's a good thing. So it sucks for Bayley, and Bayley is such a professional and just amazing. Like, I love it. Like, because people are like, oh, Bayley, oh, we love you, Bayley. And then on SmackDown last week, she's like, no, I'm the heel. Boo me. I'm the heel. What are you doing? Even though it was a You People promo, which I'm never a fan of the You People promos. But she's a professional. She's like, I'm the heel. Boo me. And yeah, that was great. And I love Bayley, and I cannot wait for her to be back. I wish her all the best for her to heal up and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. And then with that, I mean, like with all the kind of booking that we have on the main roster, it's just I don't understand how on the main roster you have, well, actually I do, because on for the Bloodline story, it's Paul Heyman and Roman working with Vince McMahon. Unlike with the others, with everything else, it's just Vince McMahon will either look at the script, rip it up, and write it himself, or the writers are just kind of too scared to kind of move the needle a little bit, because Vince will rip it apart because he had a bad steak or whatever.
All right, I'm back. So, sorry about that.
Oh, I was talking about WWE's booking for a while. I was talking about the ladder match. I was talking about how how I don't understand why they put some of the women from the ladder match just on SmackDown, but on Raw you got a qualifier. But anyway,
anywho, you want to talk about the MVP lounge segment, because I didn't catch it and you did. So the floor is all yours.
So, well, wait, we got the Viking Raider match, and then
that was all of Raw.
No, well, you also didn't talk about the Drew Jinder promo.
I did talk about it.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. I must have missed that. Then that was when I was
before you came on.
Side note, just to talk about that for a quick second, whenever Drew starts becoming Professor Drew McIntyre, I stop listening. I'm sorry. I don't know what they have done. I can't believe that you probably won't see. No, because you'll get. The thing is that you'll start going to get authentic crowd reactions. but they're not going to let go of their baby. So you're still good. But mind you, they've been doing piped in crowds for a while. Like hell, when Roman was getting booed when they were pushing him as the face, literally for the past 5 years, they've been like throwing in cheers instead of boos. So no, we're gonna get authentic cheers. But it might be piped in. We might be like, you might hear cheers and the boos. Like, you're still gonna have the crowd react the way they do. But the whole, I really hope that we're not going to be done. But the Jinder Drew promo, I'm like, oh God, what are you doing with Drew? What did you do to my boy? He was amazing, and then after Mania, you killed him. Anyway.
Yeah. So you want to talk about the MVP lounge? Because I didn't really catch this segment since I was setting up my stream.
So pretty much earlier in the day, in the show, after Bobby Lashley loses to Xavier Woods, you see Lashley leaves, and they ask MVP, "Hey, MVP, is like, Bobby Lashley has left the building. Like, we saw him leave. What's going on?" And MVP is like, "Oh, don't worry. We're going to do a VIP lounge later tonight. It's going to be fine, and he's going to be there." And then later, you see Xavier Woods and Kofi kind of they talk to Lucha House Party because they're going to be doing some kind of party at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, they're going to be having a pool party.
Yeah, so
at least, they're going to be having a pool party.
So that's fine. But you see Xavier Woods and them talking about it, and you get the New Day are so good at promos. I love Kofi and Woods just talking up about their match and how Kofi's going to become 2-time champion, and I loved it. I love their promos. So they go ahead and talk about how, like, you know, Woods is good at what he does, and he beat Bobby Lashley. And then later, just before the VIP lounge, he's talking to Bobby Lashley's sisters.
God, getting flashbacks to that segment. Don't give me that flashback.
No, those are the women that are there because they are not prostitutes. Those are not prostitutes. The MVP has made it very clear.
You're giving me flashback to that horrible segment with we don't talk about that. Let's just move on.
That's the trash. That's the joke. Yeah, no, don't worry, that was trash. So the VIP lounge happens, and all the ladies are there, and they're like, "Hey, Bobby!" And MVP is calling out Bobby Lashley. Nothing. Again. And all of a sudden, Lashley's music hits. Lashley comes out. He goes up to MVP and goes, "Hey, I need to talk to you alone. Ladies, I need you to leave." So they leave. And pretty much he was talking about that fantastic promo from about 2 to 3 weeks ago, where Kofi talked about how Bobby Lashley was off that week. He wasn't on TV, and how he has gotten soft. And that's why Kofi's going to beat him. And he goes, pretty much Bobby Lashley goes, "At first, I thought that was Kofi getting into my head and saying crap about me, but then I found out that he's right. I have gotten soft. I should have beaten Woods within an inch of his life. I should have been able to stack Woods on top of Kofi. I should have been able to crush their bones. I should have been able to beat them, and I didn't." And he goes like, I don't need these women. I don't need this alcohol. I don't need any of this. All this has made me worse. The only thing that I want is to be able to crush every single soul that comes into my path, and I get to keep and hold my WWE championship. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so good at this, Bobby. And then he just destroys the VIP lounge. Like, he's like taking tables, throwing them out of the ring. He took one of the literal couches. Those things must be like 100 pounds at least. It just woofed it out of the ring. Just two-handed whole thing. Oof. I love it. This is the Bobby Lashley. He's like, it tells MVP, back to business. We are back to business. We are here to beat up people. And I'm like, yes. This is great. So the main event was great. The promo was awesome and stuff, and that's why at first I was mad at Kofi winning because I'm like, oh well, why are you pinning your champion and stuff? But the payoff at the end made sense. I'm like, oh okay, he's mad because in his eyes Kofi is a bad wrestler. Like to Kofi, he's a jobber, and that's the story, is that Kofi is the jobber, but not Kofi, I'm sorry, Xavier Woods. Woods is the jobber, and he should be able to just beat Lashley instantly. But he's not. Woods got the best of him and was able to beat him. And that's great, and I love it, and I'm actually excited for Kofi versus Lashley, and I would love to see Kofi Mania 2 happen. Like this is how you please the crowd at Money in the Bank. That's your.
I guess you have
I
to
would
wait
love
and
that.
see. You have to
I
wait
would
and
love
see,
that.
right?
I was also talking about, while you were gone, I was talking about how the men's ladder match, the men's Money in the Bank match, is so hard to call. I have no idea who to call on that one.
I swear to freaking God, if Drew McIntyre wins, oh my God.
I wouldn't put it past him if that's the case. I would not.
Right. Well, we're going into overtime here now. So, overall, what did you think of the final Monday Night Raw in the Thunderdome era?
I can't wait for that to be in live crowds because, oh God, I can't wait. But this was a fine episode of Raw. It was okay.
Everybody in the chat, what would you guys rate tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw if you're still in the chat?
It's a 3 out of 5. It's the most okay episode I've seen. It wasn't too damaging. It was.
Show hates when we cut it down the middle, but he's not here, so
whatever. I don't care what he says. Mark.
He's not a mark. Don't talk about him while he's not here.
Isn't he the one who's like a mark for Alexa Bliss?
No, that's
CR21.
Okay, don't ever disrespect for show while he's not here to defend himself.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Danny Stadion give it a 9 out of 10. It's because you already know my rating. Yes, and I know Michael 101's rating too. All right. Do you have anything to plug or promote?
Yeah. So again, I have my YouTube channel, Brotherhood of Geeks, youtube.com/Brotherhood of Geeks. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are working on a bunch of other projects right now. Yeah, I mean, E3 has ended. We're working on, we're going to be getting our podcast up and running, our DualShock podcast, our PlayStation podcast. We're going to be getting that back up and going. I'm going to be covering some more video game news. So I'm going to talk about kind of these like PlayStation, like director's cuts of Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding and stuff like that. And kind of how that is. Kind of my opinions of Game Pass and PlayStation Now. So you can go to our YouTube channel. We talk about video games, movies, TV shows, all that kind of good stuff. And then you can also follow me on Twitter at DualShocked, BOGDUALSHOCKD on Twitter. And then you can also follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Brotherhood of Geeks. So yeah. That's about it. Yeah.
I actually have quite a couple of announcements.
Oh, you do? Oh, you do?
Yes. Hold on. Give me a second.
Ooh. Double got announcements.
Okay. So first of all, I want to say thank you everybody for tuning in and watching this review. This is the start of #Natalya Week, #Natalya Takeover. I am taking over for the reviews for this week. For those of you know, for those of you who don't know, Sword Show is on summer hiatus. So also this week marks the return of Rose Montana on Saturday. He and I will be covering Slammiversary. And on Saturday marks the 1 year that I've officially been a part of the Sword Show brand and of this community. We won't celebrate until Sword Show is able to come back. You know, I don't want to celebrate without him because he is the reason why I'm sitting here right now with Brett doing this review. Also, the almighty CR21. I think he means returns on Friday, not reruns on Friday. But yes, it's a huge week for all of us here on the Social brand and at Rangers of Wrestling. Please hope. Danny.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Natalya_ and my YouTube channel Twitter at Rangers ROW. We look forward to seeing you guys. We have so many. This is going to be a long week for everybody. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything for NXT tomorrow. If I do, I might not go live. You know, I am on the West Coast, so I get 2 chances to watch NXT. So if I do something, I might just record and review and upload. But if I don't, then I'll definitely see you guys on Wednesday, right after AEW Dynamite. I'm not sure if Brett's going to be joining me for that.
I hope so. I really do hope so. Because, ooh, baby, I'm so... Oh, Malachi Black showed up, and oh, God, I'm so happy.
Yes.
Malachi Black showed up.
Alrighty,
I thought it was amazing.
Okay, now we're swerving off topic. Let's get back to... Steve Callahan will be live for NXT. So that being said, once again, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday right after AEW Dynamite. Bye.
Later, guys. Have fun. Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't end this